Greetings, my name is Owen Ryder, and I am the author of the Christian book, The Hourglass, by Owen Ryder. Of the many dramatic events of Jesus Christ's life, few had the effect as in John 11 when he brought his friend Lazarus back from the dead. I dare say nothing so mystifies humans as death and the seeming finality of it all. Be that as it may, in the story of Lazarus, Jesus knew his friend was ailing and purposely delayed his arrival until he died. Now, to the carnal mind, that is a concept that we cannot easily wrap our minds around. Death is death, and that is all there is to it. Nevertheless, being the interdimensional being that he is, Jesus brought Lazarus' soul back into his body from wherever he was, to the amazement of numerous witnesses. And concerning those in attendance, including Lazarus' two sisters, Mary and Martha, they had to have been stunned beyond belief, never being the same after that moment. In my previous video, I mentioned the topic of memory and the impact it can have on us. Surely those who witnessed Lazarus' resurrection never forgot the moment, and depending on one's belief system, it was either a glorious moment or a fear-filled event. Some religious Jews, despite having seen it with their own eyes, still saw Christ as a threat. You might say that memory haunted them. In fact, memories can have that effect, even scarring us to the point of having a spiritually crippling effect. In Luke 22, while getting closer to his own crucifixion, Jesus says to Peter in verses 32 and 34, and I quote, "Simon, Simon, behold, Satan desires to sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you that your faith would not fail, and when you are converted, strengthen your brothers." End quote. It is in verse 34 where Christ tells Peter he will deny his Lord 3 times, which ultimately he does. Harkening back to Lazarus in John 11, what seemed to many that day business as usual regarding death and dying, Christ instead divinely intervened, causing many to rethink whether they were merely religious or actual children of the Most High. Peter was for 3 years a zealous religious soldier for Christ, until he denied even knowing him at the worst possible time, the reality of which became apparent to him in the form of a bitter lesson in humility. As for those of us today, we should not be afraid to ask God to intervene when need be, as well as believe in his miraculous power to do so, whereby it can become to us and others a life-changing event. My name is Owen Ryder. Thanks for listening.